does go long and over the top to Foxcroft. This set, Prendergast picks up, goes into the in-goal area. Skinner try to keep up with him. And links up out on the right-hand side of the field. Flicks it around behind De Beer. Well, that is unbelievable. Danica Tanamu plays it. Fifth and final touch. Tanamu takes him on herself. Yeah.
Well, we're into the second last round of the regular season here at the Metro Cup. Round 9 action coming up live tonight. It's a Country Club Colts versus Gold Coast doubleheader in the women's and men's. We'll be kickstarting with our women's premier match coming up very shortly. Let's take a look at the ladder in the women's premier division as it stands coming into round 9. The UQ Rebels still on top, just in front by 1 point over Redlands. Southern Storm in third, and our two teams tonight sitting in 4th and 5th place. That is your finals. The top 4, unfortunately for the Gold Coast, they won't be able to squeeze into the finals this year, but they've been really, really competitive throughout the Metro Cup season. Strong outfit on the park tonight, as we'll see coming up very shortly in our team list. Let's take a look at the Country Club Colts. Layla White makes her debut tonight in the Women's Premier. They are coached, of course, by Craig Morrow, their captain, Grace Eisel. We'll take a look at the Gold Coast lineup for this evening. Quite a few players, 4 in total, who represented the Queensland representative school teams at the National Youth Championships, who won the under-18s competition just a week or so ago. So they've got players coming in with good form, quite a good handful of those players representing the South Queensland Sharks, who also had a semi-final performance at that tournament recently in Coffs Harbour. So while they're not going to qualify for finals, unfortunately, this year, they're going to look to try and finish off this season strongly and pick up a couple of victories and throw a bit of a cat amongst the pigeon as these remaining teams make their way into the finals. Take a look at our key player matchup for tonight as well. And that captain that we made mention of from the Country Club Colts, Grace Eisel. You know what you'll get from Grace every week, an absolute competitor. She'll be heavily involved in tonight's fixture. And Michaeli Robust, one of those players who represented the Queensland Secondary Schools team just a few weeks ago at the National Youth Championships. Had a great tournament, great performance. Big year for her as well, representing Australia in the under-18s mixed at the Asia Pacific Youth Cup a few months ago. Sets up a nice contest for tonight, as we made mention of. Rebels sitting on top, Redlands 1 point behind. Our other matchup in the Women's Premier tonight is the 3rd place Southern Storm taking on the 2nd place Redlands team. The Rebels have the bye. You can see Gold Coast over on the far side warming up this evening. Beautiful conditions, sitting at a nice balmy 22 degrees. Dry track again. We haven't seen rain for months up here in southeast Queensland. Probably put the mock on. There'll be a storm rolling through, no doubt, before this match concludes. Now, these two teams have played each other already this season, and it was the Colts getting a victory 6-4 in that one. So a close contest. That was in round 4. The Colts' other win for the season came last round. Prior to our 2-week break, they beat the 3rd place Southern Storm team 5-4, so they come into this match with a bit of momentum as well. They'll play the current 2nd place team in Redlands next week in the final round of the Metro Cup season, as we look to cement positions going into the finals. For the Gold Coast, they're coming off a couple of heavy losses, unfortunately, because as we made mention, the early stages of the competition, they were into pretty good form. They lost to the 2 top teams over the last 2 starts, losing 8-2 to the UQ Rebels and 9-3 to Redlands. And prior to that, very competitive, as mentioned. They lost to the Southern Storm and Redlands only by the 1 try and drew with the top place UQ Rebels. So another season of what could have been for the Gold Coast, but a young team that's really building. Like we said, a lot of these players had a really good tournament at the National Youth Championships just a few weeks ago in Coffs Harbour. And they are a team on the up and up, and definitely going to be one to watch for next year at the Metro Cup. And they'll get the tap to get started. Of course, there's no footy out there at the moment. Colts are saying, no, bring your footy. We're not going to share with you. Coach Morrow's digging into the footy bag at the moment. And here he comes. Let's see what his spiral looks like. Oh, it has to go right into the middle of the field. It's not too bad. Not too bad, Coach Morrow. Gets a nice round of applause as well from the girls. Gold Coast get this underway. Nice bit of speed and intent early on here from the tap off as they'll look to set up coming in towards the back end of the set. And there's Collie. Another one of those Queensland representative players, had a fantastic tournament for the Queensland Schools team. And that one did come off the arm there of Izell. Not played out is the call. And the Colts will get their first touch here. And to start this round 9 fixture as Adams picks up big meters for the Colts, and they're up and about as they make their way over the halfway line now. Izell gets another touch, changes onto the park. Finger gets it down, coming onto the last. And they thought they might have had one more to come there, the Colts, but not. It's a pretty good first set of 6 for them as they take it down to the 7-metre line of this Gold Coast team. Watkins gets a carry. Here's Collie again. Now the colour changes, all just coming out of the hands. Country Club Colts will start their set here in Gold Coast end of the field. A little early advantage. Might have been players called offside there as Finger gets it down. The Colts have to hold it up as replacement players make their way onto the field with Hudson, who now heads over for a breather. Adams shows it one way. Works with Izell just outside the 7. Grace gets it back, comes back to Adams, manages to thread it through. And the penalty will come. Referee Miriam Hanson blowing the penalty there, supported tonight by Clado Lawrence and Zoe Jenrick, our 3 referees, as the Gold Coast drop the footy again. So back-to-back errors. And they're defending their line again. Izell looking to try and get him behind offside players. On-field referee Lawrence, he's happy. No half in place here for the Colts, putting themselves under a bit of pressure. They've done a great job to get out of it as Adams somehow finds space. Well, this will be interesting on the replay. You can see they're just really having to scramble to get in to the acting half position, then all of a sudden just caught napping. There the Gold Coast. And it comes off the back of those repeat errors. Country Club Colts score first. Hisdale and plays it as the Gold Coast look at the defensive line here of the Colts. And ball out in front. All advantage so far here with the Colts. They choose to go direct and down the sideline of the Gold Coast on the first couple of touches. Now Country Club making their way back across the park, and a little mistake around the halfway line. They were still trying to get players on and into position towards the back end of the set. And Country Club gifting the footy back to the Colts with a little mistake of their own. Medved down the sideline. Collie gives great punch, particularly out of the box. Watkins in the middle, working with her at the moment. Here she is from half, picks up, takes off. We know how quick she is. Gets in behind, shapes it, just slings it over the shoulder. No one there in position, but much better set there from the Coast. Created a little opportunity. As Adams will get sent back to the mark, throws her head back. I thought there might have been an offside penalty coming her way. The Coast get up nice in defence. Watkins follows suit with another touch as Adams gets away and kicks in the middle. Izell, nothing there for it on the back end. Gold Coast starting to get themselves back into the territory battle, and that will help. Great run from Gemma Upfill. Collie heads over for a breather as the changes flow into the middle here for the Coast. Gillespie gets it down. Eldridge. And dancing, it's the last touch though. So just falling apart for them on the back end of the set. They're the Coast. And they'll just be cleaner in this set of 6. Changes on, Tunks overruns it. They have to sling it back, flat ball back to Hudson. Last touch, a little bit clunky in the back end of the set. Tunks picks up, nice switch back into Sankey. Good ball movement back to Hudson. And just kind of fell apart from around touch 4. There, the Colts. Now Gold Coast back out to their sideline with Gillespie. She's had a couple of good runs early, Zell Gillespie. Now Isdale gets it down into the last. They play out the back nicely. Oh, beautiful hands and plenty of space for Bella Hall. A great set from the Gold Coast. And they get points off the back of it. Now this was interesting when they played out the back here. It looked like poor old Ella Watkins there might have been looking to go the battle and play to start with. It just stuck in her hands, and luckily that it did, because they just gave her those extra couple of seconds to get the ball in, draw and pass, and send it out to Hall, who scores the first try for the Coast. Now the Colts, players sweeping around. Izell goes away, but it does come back in the same direction. Throws a beautiful ball out to Sankey. It was great recovery in the end from Hall, who scored the try down the other end. This time she's saving one on her line. It looked like it was going to fall apart there as we take a look at the replay. It was lovely left to right and in space, and a beautiful touch from Hall. Good meters here. Medved, he's there really starting to win the yardage gain on the Gold Coast. Getting away from Colts defenders, coming into the last. Short ball, Ioane, not a bad option. Ball hits the deck. It's going to give them a couple of seconds to get their defensive line set here, the Gold Coast. Standing nice and deep behind the referee as well on that first touch. No chance of being called offside early. They come back down the sideline. Sankey will send it back infield. White gets it down. Sortel shows and goes. Now looking for support. Finds Adams, but a good recovery in defence. Charlotte Collie came across. She might have come in from the right wing to make the touch. There was a penalty given for the touch and pass prior. Good footy from both teams there. Collie gets the Coast over the halfway line. Now the Coast looking to skip away with Callow. He's looking for options. They make the contact now. Coming into the end, they're shaping to go that same play. This time they go the nice release back out to Hall. She'll come back to Robust on the inside. Holds the footy. They finish it off in the corner. And the Colts already on the right side to make some changes. Punch from White. And they switch. Good release from Finger. He feeds it from half again. And Scarlett Ware will come back to the mark on the last. It takes a little bit of sting out here for the Colts. Hudson had nothing to work with there off the back of it. Now Robust. And one eye on heading towards the box. He didn't quite get it down cleanly. There's fingers being pointed. And Claims came off the boots of the Colts. It did look like she was just losing the grip of the footy. She was getting that down on the deck. And the Celts get the ball back and they're back on the attack. Izell to Adams. Not quite the combination in the middle. Look at those extra couple of meters. Sets up a nice platform. Adams goes early release and comes back to Izell. And beautiful footwork off the back of it. This is a really good try here from the Colts. This extra kick away and that ball right there. Now we're in all sorts of trouble here. The Coast off the left. Ball on the left hand. Straight in between. Top notch there from Adams and Izell. Score their second. Get them back in front. 2 tries to 1 now in favour of the Colts. Here's Coley. Links up with Gillespie. He's down on the deck. They decide to release early. They come out to Hall. He sends it back infield. Now look to reset now, coming into the last. Nice footwork, linking up with Coley, trying to punch through off the short ball. Adams releases. Tunks gets him towards their 10-metre line. Finger picks up, comes off the right. Nice little ball off their hip, and they've earned themselves a penalty. A repeat set here for the Colts. Still plenty of time to play here in the first half. I'll still dive into the line early. As White, he's on debut tonight in the Women's Prem. Now Finger, flat ball from half. Hudson gets it down. Oh, there's players rubbing shoulders. Comes back in towards Hudson. Touch is made. They played phase short to the line. The Gold Coast just hadn't taken a couple of steps back, then put punch forward, which they did. And they'll close out the set. And Savannah Callow makes the touch and gets the footy back here for the Coast. Gold Coast now, for the first time in the game, coming down the Colts sideline. There's Hall with a bit of space to work with. She'll play it here on the halfway line. Upfill sends it to Coley from half. Watkins looks at options. Not many to work with. Gold Coast was still making a couple of changes. As Watkins picks up, goes down their sideline. Ball hits the deck. Now Colts going direct on the first couple. Now they'll look to shift. Costello hits it down cleanly. And ball down on the ground. Tough one to take off the fingertips there of Adams. Gold Coast will start 10 metres out from the halfway line. Colts getting up nice and early with Ware. It's been a good defensive battle between both teams. Both showing a lot of intent in defence tonight. Low scoring, 2-1 in favour of the Colts. Just over 5 to go before the break. Nice ball movement. They'll come back for the penalty first. Touch and pass signal from Zoe Genrick. Changes onto the park for the Colts. As White gets it down. Bit clunky on the back end of this set here for the Colts. They get pushed into a corner. And a couple of times in the set, We're in their sets around that sort of touch 4 coming in towards the back end. Just losing their way, losing a little bit of momentum as well. And out an area they'll be looking to tidy up coming into the second. Now, wow, what's happened there? It's just spilled out the back and into the hands. They continue to roll on. You hear the coast as Collie gets it down. Watkins from half comes off the left foot. Has heard it across nicely. Alice White, good defence. She's a danger player. Hella Watkins. Another one of those Queensland Schools reps. Such a young team, this Gold Coast team. Bucket loads of talent. Oh, Isel, she was calling for the ball. Falls into the hands of Chloe Tunks. He comes back towards Grace as Adams just decides to pick up and go from half. Grace slings it across. They'll come back though from the penalty. Touch and pass again. And they finish their set in a similar position to the last. Gold Coast, I was going to say someone needs to continue to put their hand up and get them going forward. 4 of the 6 players there had one eye on heading over towards the sideline for a breather. This gives the Colts a good opportunity for another one before the break. The referee's confirming, and the Colts will come back to the mark to play it. Good diving effort out in the corner. Still a few touches to work with. Tunks, they hold off her. She links back up with Adams. Cops a decent shot as Tunks comes back to her. And diving into Gold Coast defenders. But there's going to be another penalty here to the Colts. More pressure. Just over 2 to go before the break. It's a big set here for both teams. Got all their numbers out on the left at the moment here, Country Club. Tunks brings it back through the middle. Adams, right foot, left foot, back to Isel. Puts the brakes on, brings him back out. Gold Coast holding at the moment. Open side, Tunks on the run. Good touch, upfill. Chloe brings it back to the 7-metre line. Isel picks up, comes back, and players just running different lines. Adams coming in. The Gold Coast hang on. Can they get themselves down the other end and potentially level up this game going into the break? It's now robust. Good footwork, but good defence. Nice ball. Isel. Buchanan, though, under pressure. Here she is again, taking another one forward. Finger onto the field before the halftime breaks. Be the last touch of the footy here for the Colts. And no, it won't be. I'll get another set of 6 to work with. Plays off side there for the GC. Just over 30 seconds to go. Big set here. White will get it down. Receives it back, takes them on. I think they're going to come back for the forward pass from half. Good call from our referees. Colts couldn't capitalise right before the break. Gold Coast just need to hold the footy. Hoodoo will sound shortly in the background. Referees down. Players will call it up as well. And it's a close contest here in this round 9 fixture in the Women's Prem. Colts go into the break leading 2-1.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, people, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
Close contest here in this match between the Country Club Colts and Gold Coast, with the Colts going into the halftime break with a 2-1 lead. But good moments from both these two teams. Colts in front at the moment on the scoreboard, but nothing much separating them going into the halftime break. As you can see, the Country Club Colts head coach there, Craig Morrow, giving his last instructions to the team as they look to head back out on the field. They're cemented in the top 4 yet again for another Metro Cup season. But momentum going into finals is so important in this comp. We've seen teams, and the Colts have been one of those in the past, that have gone on a run in the back end, those last few rounds, and taken that momentum going into the finals. It's a completely different ball game at this point of the competition in the Metro Cup. For the Coast, it's been a season that's been so close but yet so far for them. Some great performances, as we may mention, in the lead-up of this game. They're all smiles and they're happy out there at the moment, led by their coach there and Lauren Dayberg-Muir. They're looking for a strong back end to close out this season. Following match as well, we got another double in the Country Club Colts and Gold Coast. That'll be the men's premier. That'll come up at 8:10 local time. Big hello to everybody, no matter where you're tuning in tonight. Here in Queensland, across the country of Australia, overseas as well, tuning in on Sky Sports Next. We hope you're enjoying the coverage here from the Metro Cup as we start to get into the crunch point of the competition. Colts get us underway here in the second half. And Tasha Adams good as expected in the first 20, as was the skipper here in Zell, but they're still continuing on. I thought they'd almost given up on the play there, the Colts. They're jinking around and somehow have found a little bit of space with Sankey down the sideline. They still have one more touch to come. This is the 5th and last play of the set now. The Gold Coast don't want to go to sleep, and they don't. They come up to make the touch. Don't forget, you can keep up with all the Metro Cup updates and information by tuning into their Facebook page, Instagram and TikTok accounts just by searching Brisbane Metro Touch. Gold Coast coming into the back end now. It's robust, very sharp off the feet. Throws a nice ball to Eldridge. He just hoiks it over the top to Hall. He was the one and only try scorer in the first half for the Gold Coast. Ooh, and now there's a call of no contact. As Elle was saying that she made the contact on the Gold Coast player. A little sneaky play there from the Gold Coast on the first touch. They get the early little victory here in the second half. And he run out to Robust. Comes back infield, gets it back, just had plenty of touches. They come up nice and early there off the line, the Colts. Force the penalty, late pass. Now the Colts shift. There's Tunks. A couple of little show and goes. Picks up good meters, gets him over the halfway line. Finger out of the box. Now Hudson. Oh, and just went for that extra pass. Just trying to link up there with Alyssa White. Just getting himself into position it. Get him from half. Nice run coming in here to the last touch. Medved decides to pick and go. Players offside. They'll bring it back. Eventually made it onside. And referee Plato Lawrence playing a nice advantage. Blows the penalty here for the Gold Coast. Medved again. Nothing on offer this time around. Isdale comes back to Alyssa Medved. They link up. They come back that way again. Nice ball out of the hands. The Colts shift in defence. Nothing available for the Coast yet. Sampson will get herself into half. Oh, did she have a couple of grabs at that? Yes. A little clunky in the play of the ball. A bit of a sloppy start from both two teams here in the second half. No one able to really wrangle control at the moment. Adams, great ball. This time they get it down cleanly. Where it releases Adams again, and it forces the Coast to play at it. Charlotte Colley out there on their left wing. Sticking their hand up and getting contact on the footy. This time it's the Colts who get the repeat set. They go away from Ware and back in field to Adams. Tunks feeds it from half. Adams with a bit of space to work with. Had a really good look at it. They'll say touch. Oh, and then has to hurdle over Alyssa Medved. Get a penalty here, the Colts. Adams again, busy. Tunks down. Now Ware, early ball from half. Tunks comes back to her. They get it down within the 7. Release. Gold Coast. They slide across in defence. Pretty comfortable there in the end. The forward passes the call from Jenrick. May Colley onto the park. Gets him back through the midfield. She'll straighten them up again coming into the last. Watkins, nice ball, space, great hands. Ooh, the final pass just dips away out in front of Bella Hall, but nice work towards the back end of the set. Zell Gillespie throwing the final pass. Nice work from Watkins again in the lead up. Gold Coast continuing to fight here in the second half, but the Colts, they go and punch for punch with them. Mizell, they're on the back foot. Now Grace looking for support. Pumping it once, twice. She's been in the in-goal area for about 5 minutes. Can't find a black and red jersey available to link up with. And now Coley cops a shot. She's making her way over towards the sub-box. Gold Coast under a little bit of pressure here. Nice run coming into the last. Robust, this time early release. Eldridge shows and goes, and a no contact made. What a hit, Mac, from the Gold Coast. It looked like they were under all sorts of pressure. Look at this. This is coming into the last touch. They play it on the halfway line. Eldridge gets away from one, and the speed off the kick away. That's pretty sharp. The Gold Coast hit the first try here in the second half and locks up the scores at 2 tries apiece. And the Colts will be looking to regain control as they link up with Hudson on the sweep. Hanson here, the referee, is going to point to the spot. Gold Coast players had to have been short of the line. And we'll take a look on replay. It's a pretty simple play here for the Colts. It's robust. Yeah, good couple of steps short. And Eldridge was there. Mary Hanson's going to say the ball's down first. So the Colts do hit back. 3-2 now. Now Watkins shows it out to Hall, and Sankey makes a desperation touch. It's been a good battle out on the wings for both teams. Now the Coast through the hands. They send it from the right all the way over to the left. And Coley will finish it off on their side of the field. They're going to make the Colts work for it if they want to come and make some changes. They decide to go direct on the first. Now they look to shift. Ooh, bodies coming up out of the line. Adams takes the shot. Now Sankey shy of the halfway line. They roll over it now. They contain them pretty well so far as Finger picks up from half and has no options off the back of it. Gold Coast start their set on their 10-metre line. This is where teams need to be strong. 3 touches they've burnt to try and get across towards their box. They're coming into the last. They're still making changes, so haven't got their full complement of 6 to work with and in position at the moment. Coley does a good job, though, to pop off the left foot, come back infield, make the Colts come up out of the defensive line. So see Coley have a little snatch at it. She keeps possession here. Wani diving nice and early, but she might have just been shy of the line. Just gave the Colts an extra couple of seconds to get across and make that touch. Now, Ava again. Another touch in this set. Coley shows it one way. Now, just needs someone to link up with and does find the support there. And Zell Gillespie, who did an amazing job to grab that and get it down as quickly as what she did. Great setup here from Coley. Shows one way, takes off. has time to have a look at options. Zell's out the back. Nice ball. Look at that catch and down. So the Gold Coast respond with a try of their own. Scores are locked up yet again. Force a repeat set. 6 touches here for Country Club. They get up nice and early. There on Chloe Tunks. Good read from the outside. They burn a touch. Their Country Club. Again, Gold Coast with Eldridge coming up nice and early. Now they try to make the contact. Nice defence coming back in as they cut through the middle. And the Colts. Down coming into the last. Adams takes them on. Now they come down the Colts side of the field with Hall. Gets it down cleanly. Watkins getting them going forward. Sankey claiming no touch. Referees play on. Eldridge, we've seen, slice them open already here in the second half. She'll get it. No, Watkins goes away from her this time. Sends a beautiful ball. Great footy from the Coast. They go back-to-back tries, and for the first time in the game, they're in front. Jeez, this was good setup here from the Coast. Look at that. Good work from Watkins. Eldridge probably did overrun a little bit. No doubt, a nice training move there. Sampson goes across for her second. Now the Colts find themselves under a little bit of pressure. Just under 7 to go. Plenty of time left in this game. Mizell loops over the top. Can't hit the target. And the Colts are looking to respond. And trying to keep the Coast down here as Collie has to reach for it. Got one more to come. Oh, and they throw it away. White plays it. They've still got touches to set up. Here the Colts. Adams down. Tunks sends it back across. Hudson looping balls. Good diving effort. And definitely out of the hands forward. They just haven't quite been as clean here in the second half as what we saw in the first from the Colts. And again, the Gold Coast going away from their box. They just had to go back onto the mark there through Collie. They get back onto the run now. This is the last touch of the set. As they show it one way with Sampson. And come back across. Having probably descended across on the sideline. They get their defensive line set. The Colts have to go and retrieve the footy. Men's Prem coming up next. Another Gold Coast Colts fixture for your Friday night. Now, putting the head down, space for Costello. Links up nicely back with Hudson. Wisely just takes the touch. They've got themselves downfield nicely. Here, Country Club. Finger on the sweep. Idzel decides to go herself, and it's right in front of referee Genrick. And I think they might have players offside again here in the Gold Coast. Let's take a look at the replay. You can see fingers sweeping from deep. Izell got it. They had the numbers out there, and the touch was claimed from Gemma upfield. Zoe Jenrick calling her offside. The point to the spot for try number 4 for Country Club as they lock up the scores. Just over 3.5 to go. Watkins down. Heldridge comes back towards her. Oh, anchors over the top. They took it right to the defensive line. They made the touch. Now risky ball. Good hands to hold on to it. Good meters. Sortel. Adams sharp off the left, but threw it to no one. Now, important match for the Gold Coast. They've actually got the bye next week, so this is the last match for their season. They want to go out with a bang and knock off one of these finals-bound teams. Ronnie gets it down, coming into the last. Upfield, nice pick up from half. And they come across and make the touch. And Alyssa White was there in defence for the Colts. Good meters down the sideline. Again, Buchanan this time. She'll follow suit from half. Looked like it rolled around in the ruck there a little bit. And his fingers being pointed here. Hanson has a look to the sideline, which is confirmed from referee Lawrence. And it did look like the ball was rolling around. It was a result of coming off the boot of one of the Gold Coast players. So big set here for both teams. Colts looking to get back in front. Gold Coast have probably had the better of the second half from these two teams. The Colts have been hanging it with them. Izell looks pretty sharp and gets another try in this game. She scored the last 2. And she's leading from the front yet again for her team. Just intense. So she had the ball in the hands, headed straight for that try line. Back-to-back tries from Country Club. Gets them back in front. We're under 60 seconds to go. This could be the game here in this set for the Coast. They show and go again. This time linking across and the ball's on the deck. It might have been the game slipping through the hands here of the Gold Coast, unless there's a miracle. Country Club still need to play footy and complete this set of 6. 20 to go. It's the last. The Gold Coast will get one more touch of the footy. Here we go. It's got to be on this play. Coley gets it down. Sampson, no options. As Layla White, a young lady on debut tonight, comes and makes the final touch to close out the game and pick up the victory for the Country Club Colts. Just the one try in it. Again, that just sums up Gold Coast season. They've been there in pretty much most of their fixtures as we take a look at the try scorers. Their captain, Grace Izell, getting 3 tries tonight for the Colts. Tash Adams and Georgia Hudson, the other try scorers. Hall, Eldridge, Gillespie and Sampson scoring the 4 for the Gold Coast. Another good season, like we said. Keep an eye on this team moving forward. They're going to be one of the teams to watch next year. These matches will turn into wins, and they'll be well and truly there when the whips get cracking and hopefully they can get into the final series in 2026. But it's onwards and upwards for the Colts as they pick up another victory and they march their way through to the finals. They have a big match coming up next week, taking on Redlands in the final round of the Metro Cup season before we get into finals. We got more Country Club Colts and Gold Coast coming up. Men's Prem action coming up next.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Hill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
We're into the Men's Premier action now. We take a look at the ladder coming into tonight's fixture. Muddies and Rebels on equal points at the moment on the top of the table. Country Club Colts sit in a third, and Southern Storm having a really good back end to the competition. They beat Redlands in their last start before the 2-week break. Southern Storm, a team to watch coming into the back end as we make our way into finals. Gold Coast sitting on the bottom of the table at the moment. We look at the Country Club Colts lineup tonight as we bring Kai Leggett into the commentary box for this Men's Prem action. Colts again, they like making a nice little run towards the back end. Strong team lineup for tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. We like making things hard for ourselves at the Colts, but no, they've got a good team tonight. They'll be confident with their last couple of runs, last couple of trainings they've had. They've looked really smooth, so coming into a red-hot Gold Coast team, you look at that side there, there's plenty of talent there.
Couple of changes for them tonight, though. No Tika brothers. A few new players making their way into the lineup. Carter Skinner is out as well, so it's a different looking lineup tonight here for the Gold Coast. Again, we talked about their women's team. The men's team pretty similar, just games that they were thereabouts and in this year have gone away from them. They haven't been able to get the result in the end. Quite a few of them, they were leading at half-time, so that's probably the aspect that hurts them the most. But again, a team that's very talented, and they're about in most of their games. As we see the ball hit the deck from the Colts here, first touch of the footy for the Coast.
Yeah, just a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes there from the Colts. That gives Gold Coast a bit of room and a bit of speed to get down the field and give themselves a chance at this touchline.
Over the halfway line they go. Good punch coming out of the box from Patrick Lamb as Charlton just loops the ball out the top. Not the nicest of balls that he's been able to throw. We know how good he is with ball in hand. Didn't get a clean look at that one.
Yeah, I think Colts will be happy to see that. They don't mind seeing that early. It gives them that, well, especially when they get a penalty out of it as well. They'll be able to get some free yards down the field, and as you see, they get another one there as well. So hopefully they can get down the other end of the field a little bit cleaner.
3 referees tonight: Campbell Muir, Matt Lavery, who's in the middle of the field at the moment, Riley Watton. The men in pink tonight controlling this one. Second last round game of the Metro Cup season, coming off a 2-week break. And that one doesn't get down cleanly from Tyler Ward. Good to see Tyler back out there. Haven't seen too much of him this year. Quality player, Queensland mixed player. He's been in the Australian mixed team as well.
Couple, yeah.
One of the best left to rights getting around. As Davis gets it down. Had a great tournament at the National Youth Championships in Coffs Harbour a couple of weeks ago. And playing tight through the middle here at the Gold Coast. Nothing on offer. I'll hand the footy back.
I think the Colts would probably just worry about getting out of their end a little bit easier. You can probably see in the background of the fields here that it does look very two different colours. I'll be honest, there is a lot of brown and there is not much green. So a little bit of dirt to play with coming into the line as the Colts come into their 10.
Last touch, Hennessy pumps it once, gets in behind them. Oh, great take. And gets it down as the punter's there, letting the referees know, yep, we're happy with the try as well. And the Colts score first.
Absolutely. A good little setup here in the middle. They're able to find their 4-on-3 platform pretty easy. And when you've got a bloke like Dylan Hennessy picking up the ball from half, just makes it look way too easy. And it's got Steve Smith in the gully fielding position there. Made it look very easy over that try line.
Great finish. The Colts go up by 1.
This fella's going to be one to watch. Kalani Tamo, definitely. He'll be looking for a lot of the ball this evening. Very good player himself.
Early release, Charlton on the run. Great ball. And the Gold Coast strike back.
Absolutely. You'll be seeing a lot of that this game. There'll be a lot of back and forth touch football. 2 very capable teams of staying in the grind for a long period of time. And as we mentioned here, you see Kalani Tamo getting the ball on a little rooster. Quick away ball and just wasn't early enough on that shut. And the gates opened out in the link.
A good response there from the GC after getting points on him down the other end. Jonte almost slipping and sliding his way in. One of those Queensland schools reps. This time Moffat picks up and they're slicing him in from half at the moment with ease. And Bartz is there in support.
Screw the Moffat playbook. That's the Bartz Moffat playbook. That one straight out of the middle. They set up, they go the long side. Moffat takes off. And just the gates seem to be opening a lot easier tonight than it has been for most of this season for the Colts. And they go but one up.
There's still a mathematical chance, probably even better than that, of making the finals. The Gold Coast, they've got a bit to play for tonight, and there's still a chance that they need a victory if they're any chance of getting themselves into the finals for this year's Metro Cup season. Ball spills over the sideline.
Young team though, to be fair, you know. They'll be good for it in the next year or two, but there'll be definitely a lot more Ks coming into the back end of this season that they'll be running, and it'll only make them better for it.
So warm conditions as well here tonight. Still sitting about 22 degrees. Coming to the last. Hennessy early releases. Glacken sends it across. Oh, beautiful flick ball back on the inside, but even better defence coming across to close it out. Jeez, there's a bit going on there.
5 minutes and it's already all been happening, hasn't it? Doesn't stop.
And Davis, nice release. As Castles gets it down. Coast get themselves over the halfway line. Andrews through the middle. Coming into the last. Charlton this time out in front. Taken from Butler, who has absolute wheels. And he puts him to full effect there as he streaks away from the Gold Coast defence.
Panels on the rest of the competition there. Very good lane out in the wing. It just didn't look like a pass that didn't needed to be thrown. It probably could have been a lot safer for that short ball there, but just happened to find the winger. And, well, God, it's open season and it's shades of Pride of Jenny tomorrow.
So up by 2 now in the Colts. Back-to-back tries for them. Oh, I've almost had another look at it there. Verenkamp had a good snatch.
He wanted it. He wanted it, didn't he?
He saw his wingmate go down the races on the other side of the field. So I'll have a slice of that pie as well.
Don't want to be left out of it, does he?
No. He's a bit competitive, these wingers, when it comes to meat pies. Davis, the bright orange socks on tonight. Gets his team the penalty.
It's nothing you'll see in a Where's Wally book, would it?
Oh, no. And camo those up. He's letting the boys know exactly where he is tonight. Tiamo,
Absolutely.
nice
Oh,
into
grief.
the left hand. Bart's the experience. Still there to read the play. The Aussie mixed captain.
We've got 33 minutes of trying to stop that.
Davis this time, much more casual. He had all the time in the world. He just has a look around at the defensive line, puts it in the right hand and slips underneath him.
God, that's lovely to watch, isn't it? Another little middle setup. They did the exact same thing as they did before, just fake the ML setup, little two-step, back on the inside, and Bart's just found himself wanting probably an extra foot further on that dive there.
Marching back down to 1. Try scored by Chase Davis. Matters. He's shy of that 7-metre line.
My good God. Really?
Really?
It's too easy, isn't it? How easy does he make this look? If you're wanting to learn how to throw a very good left to right, take video of this.
Maybe even right to left.
And that too. You can throw them both ways, to be
Well,
fair.
that's the thing.
Thanks, mate.
Had to
Appreciate
bury you for that one.
Yeah.
We can't let those ones slip through.
Thank you.
Apprenticeship continues.
You try and play 40 minutes and come up here and do this.
Early release
Oh.
this time, not a bad option. He's had pressure up on him when he's been ball in hand. Charlton, not a bad option for him there just to rip it out the back early. And this time he takes a couple of steps and goes short to Lamb, who probably didn't realise he was in the hole until he was in it. Nice ball playing from Charlton there, a couple of nice touches. There's Wood. Cops the shot. Good call as well. It was still a little bit upright there, Tyler, coming into the play the ball. Got one around the beat. And Tiny releases, gets it back. An absolute ball of energy.
Good
We
grief.
saw him score one flying through the air earlier. This time looping across, and there is nobody at home for the Coast. And what happened there? Phillips was well in field.
Making it look easy, though. The Colts at the moment. Alex Connor picks up, let's rip, and you can see over on the sidelines there, Kayla Spring getting a very good look at Trevor Simpson putting the ball over the try line. If they keep playing like this, could be 15 on the cards here.
Well, we've already got the 5. Only halfway through the first half as well. And they're starting to string points together.
He nearly could have given that a ball down there too.
Now Hennessy comes back down the sideline. Verenkamp with space to work with. Decides to put the brakes on. He's got a look about him tonight, Dill.
This could be a real problem for the next 30 minutes.
Oh, wow, that was pretty sharp as well. Good defence in the end.
What's he do here?
Just deciding to rip out. Now,
Sure, we want to do that on first touch.
you're not going to rip it out to a bloke that's about 7'10". Nick Verenkamp out here who just has to extend the arms just slightly and pluck it out of the sky. And Moffat shows and takes it right to the defensive line. Oh boy.
How do you teach that? You can't. If you look at the setup here, little 4-on-3 setup that gets an out as a little right, left, dummy, and somehow manages to get away before two people make the touch on him. The reason why he's got an Australian jumper.
Tyler Ward gets his first try. 6 different try scorers for the Colts. Their first 6 here in the first half. Gold Coast, Charlton, nice. Back to Davis. Defence is there. Good read. Puts his hands to the sky. Davis brings it out. They switch back. May, pretty dangerous, but they close him out coming into the last. Colts with meters. Yeah, they've got a bit of intent with the way they're playing their footy tonight. Here the Colts, bit of pressure early doors, but they've really found their groove now.
Yeah, they've definitely found something coming into their half as well. They just seem to be making their subsets a little bit smoother. Looking for this 4-on-3 setup again.
Dylan, across, Camp spills it over the sideline. There's no give up from the Coast though. They get straight back onto the footy. Good intent, good meters there from Davis, doing the hard work for his team. Castles follows suit. Lamb releases. High will get it down. He's down on the deck and taken out of the play. They look to go that short ball option again. And they're running straight into red and black jerseys.
There's much better subset from the Coast there. Just managed to find that second and third touch a little bit cleaner and a little bit faster as well. And it really gave them room to bring that latch on and set up for that 4-on-3 playback this way. And if they can keep doing that, maybe for the next 7 minutes, they'll find some momentum coming into the second half.
Moffat dancing around. Jonte Brown. Short ball matters. Slings it out the back. Coast get going forward with Phillips. Lamb on the second.
It's better roll. Such better roll.
Now Andrews down on the last. Oh, that is an absolute peach of a ball.
Good.
You won't see many better than that.
Good grief. Just what the doctor needed there coming into the last, 5 minutes of the first half. Little 4-on-3 setup, pick up. Just Jonte Brown was probably a step maybe short of where he needed to be. The right idea, the lane was there, just absolute rocket out of the hands. The Coast claw one back.
Keeps him in the game. Definitely keeps him in this game. They need to stop the flow of points though.
No.
Oh, geez, did a great job. Tiny to get that one away. He was almost mid-flight as he was looking to rip that out across the left shoulder.
Tell you what, he's the shortest bloke on the field, but I definitely reckon he's the quickest.
He gets through a mountain of work. Look at this. He's just plugging up the middle in defence at the moment. He forces the mistake as well and gets the footy back for his team.
7 on, no?
Yep, that's the call.
A good roll into the line here. They probably need to keep the name of the game. Keep going to Hennessy here. Keep running to him and keep letting him setting things up.
They do link up. And contact on the ball, so they'll come back out to the 7-metre line. Good crowd watching up on the hill. Brown gets it back off the scoop, and Castle said, "Not today, son." Nice read there from Kaya. Jonte won't be too worried about that. He's going to get plenty more looks throughout this game.
Not at all.
Plenty of intent again here from the Coast. They're really vocal in their box, particularly with players coming on. Another peach of a ball. And this time they come across on Rudama and make the touch.
I reckon that link hole was open again there if he had the time to throw it. I reckon that the Colts are probably happy to let him keep throwing that. They're going to pick one off every now and then, but they probably won't mind seeing that.
Last touch, early release, matters as Moffat comes in and then pops out off the ball. Even when he hasn't got the ball in his hand, he's doing everything right. He completely set this try up. Take a look at the replay. As he's running on the outside shoulder of Matters. It's here, it's in, it's out, and I'm gone.
A little A on that link just did that world of good. That little in and then out made the middle kind of hold his shape a little bit too much, and he was able to really create that room on the outside of the link, and they managed to find another one. He'll do that the whole game, and it will annoy everybody, but he's so good at it.
Now Davis comes to Charlton. They link up again. Andrews hovering around as well. Tiamo flattened hard in at the line. And Moffat, who scored down the other end, this time he makes a big defensive play on his line.
Can't stop him. Can't stop, won't stop. Hayden Moffat, one gear, go.
There he is now doing the meters to get his team over that halfway line. You take Moffat on, off, you bring Hennessy on. Bartz is there as well. Kellum comes back to Timmy Bartz. Now Dylan, he finds Davis. Now Davis is putting the foot down and heading towards the corner, but Butler's coming back at him. Davis sends a nice ball across. Great footy from Chase Davis, who takes the intercept and then finds the supporting player and Radimer there. And the Gold Coast try number 4, and it's an absolute ripper.
Tell you what, he's having a game tonight, Chase, isn't he? The orange socks seem to be doing it for a lot of people. I thought he was going to get run down here. Just happens to get it away right at that perfect time there. And it sets up there. They're 4th now, I think. 2.5 to go.
They're showing a bit of grit tonight, the Coast. You probably look at the scoreline and see them down by 3 tries, and you'd think, the Colts are pretty comfortable at the moment. And it is reflected on the scoreline as Moffat again is shelling peas out there. Tiny just seems to pluck it. I think Muir likes it here. He's just going to have a chat with Watton on the sideline. Again, it just...
There's no way.
Phillips is pleading his case. It just opened up. I don't think White really thought he was going to score the try.
He went underground to catch that. Moffat goes through from half here. They run a little cut. He just lobs it up, and everyone just seemed to get confused.
Look good. You could see that Mike Phillips had contact on him at one point in time. He didn't have the ball in the hands. And then when the ball hit the hands, he kind of lost track of where he was. Tony goes over for another.
3 people in 3 feet of each other. Oh, great ball. Well, tell you what. If they're going to keep going like this is going to be a very good game to watch.
And we are seeing points galore tonight.
We called it at the start of the game that he was going to be a fella to watch, Kalani Tarmo, and that's the perfect example of what he can produce. He's not even 18 yet, I don't think. And he's throwing balls like that. He's going to be a very good player.
Jordy Andrews scores their 5th. Jonte Brown off the left. And Charlton couldn't get across in time. Jonte gets across for his first.
I tell you what, if they keep going the way like this, all 3 referees are going to blow the pee out of their whistles at this rate. Little left foot, and the gap just seemed to open up in the middle there. The middle just probably wasn't tight enough there, not back quick enough and up quick enough. And it's ping pong touch football again with 45 seconds to go.
14 tries in the first half. The Colts get their 9th. Can the Gold Coast get another before the break? Charlton stepping. They force him backwards. Last touch, Jai getting away the first time and snatched and taken. This time, Davis coming back. He took an intercept himself. This time, it's the Colts who send the ball across. But what about the desperation defence? Dylan May gets across. Now they rip it back in. Adams. Now Glacken is through the middle, and the hooter sounds. The Gold Coast, they hang on. What a way to finish that first half.
Tell you what, you can't really ask for much more to finish that first half, can you? Full length effort from both the link and the wing from the Gold Coast, and they're definitely not out of it. If they keep playing the brand of touch football that they're playing at the moment, they'll definitely stay within touch of the Country Club Colts.
What an entertaining first half here. The Colts go into the break. They're up by 4, 9 tries to 5 over the Coast.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
Well, the season's on the line for the Gold Coast. They're down by 4 at the moment, but having a listen into their halftime huddle, they're very positive still. They really feel like they're still in this game. Pretty calm on the other side of the field here with the Colts. And they're in front, like we said, handy margin coming into the second half. That first half just had everything. We saw length of the field, intercept tries, some sharp tries scored, footwork through the middle, and just a bucket load of points.
Just a lot of hundreds and thousands touch football, isn't it? Just lots happening in a short period of time, but expect the teams to come out and play the exact same as they did in the first half. They're not going to shy away from each other. Going to keep running hard, keep playing good touch football, and this will definitely be a good 20 minutes of touch.
Redlands taking on UQ Rebels in the second fixture, 1v2. That was earlier this evening. We're trying to get the results. The Storm have got the bye tonight and sets up a pretty juicy final round in the men's prem with the Southern Storm. Like we said, they've had a couple of big victories just before the break. They beat Redlands, the top team, in round 8. And they've also mixed it with the Rebels as well. They'll take on the Country Club Colts next week. So that's a big match in the final round before getting into finals. The Gold Coast, is their season remaining alive? It's going to take a big second half performance. They've got the Rebels, the Redlands, the Muddies. They've got the bye in round 10 before heading into the finals. They need a strong
Down.
start
Oh.
here, and that's exactly what they get. And it's that young man who made mention of a few times, Kalani Tiamo, sets him up perfectly here in the second 20.
Oh, the boy's on fire. Has been playing absolutely brilliantly under touch football the whole game, and you'll see him set up here. He knows exactly who he wants in the middle. He sends for the sweeper. They take off from half and just a little right foot and gets low straight away. And Johnny was about an inch off there, unfortunately, but it's enough for him for Kalani to crawl under.
First touch of the footy here in the second half matters. Oh, geez, they were sliding there for a second. The Ghosts, they can get themselves back in now. And nicely finished off in the corner. They'll have one more touch here in this set. Burnkamp plays it. Hennessy, right foot, flicks it out the back. Tyler Ward, they just get the contact on Dill as he was throwing it.
Could have been a whole heap of trouble there if that was called otherwise.
Changes on for the Coast. Davis, a little pump before he heads over towards the sideline. The 18 was great for the Gold Coast. We'll let this one play out and see how it unfolds. He throws a nice ball again, and Tiamo puts it down. Now, apologies if I got the mispronunciation right. Zaria Toki Matari lit him up in the first half. His ball work is sublime, and he's going to have his hands all over the footy, you feel, here in the second half as well.
Absolutely. He's got that left to right, the right to left he threw in the first half. It's just going both ways at the moment as Colts seem to come back the other way, and they're happy to leave it over this side of the field and make it a very hard effort to get them back over this way.
A tight start here in the second half. Lamb has come across to Zaria. Get himself into half, and great hands to hold on to it. Mike Phillips, who copped a shot and went into the sub box, then got back up to his feet and on the field to get himself into half to throw it.
He nearly ended up in the parking lot where he come off the field then.
And he's having a chat with the sideline ref as well. Mike Phillips, who is the skipper of this team and one of the most experienced players, played Elite Eights. Played for the Sharks Men's Open team through their successful years for a number of years as well. Still a very young man. And he's one of the leaders in this team, and he's leading from the front again tonight. As Glacken cops the shot, gets it down cleanly though as players are down on the deck. And nice touch from Davis, who had a big first half for the Gold Coast. Closes it out on Adams.
Yeah, that's a throwback, Elite Eights.
Oh,
Good grief.
mate, bring it back.
Where we?
What competition that was.
The OG.
Now the ball hits the deck, and Muir points his hand towards the Gold Coast.
Come out firing in this first 4 minutes of Gold Coast. They've definitely put the sword to the Colts and see if they can hold it up for the next 2 minutes. But this probably next couple of sets for them will be really crucial.
Here's Zari again. This time it's out in front of Lamb, who spills it. And took a little bobble there, but the contact was the reason for the penalty.
Once again, I'm glad we're up here. Not out there with a pink shirt on.
Well, they haven't missed a beat tonight. You know, 3 men in the bright pink as Matters gets it down. Ward out in front of Dylan Hennessy. You can't bat it across.
The Colts won't be too worried they haven't completed much to start off with this second half. They won't be too worried. They just know they've got to stay within the next, probably the next, say, 6-7 minutes within the grind. If they can stay in that little rhythm that they've got, they can always find. There'll be no worries.
Castles gets him over the halfway. This time it comes off his boot. He sticks the hand up in the air. Sorry about that one, fellas. Brown to Hennessy. What a thrill that must be. A young superstar player getting to learn from one of the best out in Dill. Playing together for the Colts this season. Now Bartz. Moffat, short. May flew in from the wing. They're holding out defensively to start the second half, which is positive.
Absolutely. They're doing really well, the Coast. When they get on their line, they're playing the right defence. They're making sure they're right in front of their players that they need to be. And they just seem to have them covered late. Doesn't have to be on time if it's late, as long as they have them covered. As they come into last here, another link ball. Big trouble if they finish it. That's that guy we've been talking about again. He just happens to find people in spaces.
And he's had a good couple of looks again here in the second half. Moffat releases. A little bit flat punching down the sideline. They'll get some more punch coming out of the box. This is the man to give him plenty of punch. The big heavyweight in the middle. Hawaii gets it, sings it across, and gets it back. And Davis is there to make the touch. They get up really early.
A lot of touch left. You can see a couple of tired legs out there already coming into the second part of this second half, but a long way to go.
Ohio, almost squeezes in, shows as the two number 15s come together. Adams releases to Brown. Glacken down the sideline. Moffat brings him back into the middle. Matters gets it down for Ward, who rips early.
Oh, give it inside.
Oh, there, Hennessy throws the head back. He wanted it, Dill. Not many times he's probably running a hole for somebody else, and he thought, oh, this is the chance.
This is it.
And he didn't give it.
This was it. That was nearly it.
Davis down for Charlton. Last touch of the set already. They flew downfield near the Gold Coast.
Well, the good thing with the Coast at the moment, they haven't been afraid to throw that link hole. A lot of teams, when they can't, especially against the Colts, they know they're going to be in that lane there. They haven't been afraid to throw that link ball. And if it happens, if they pick it, they pick it. But they haven't been afraid, which has been good. It's giving them opportunity coming into the line.
Jonte Brown to take him on, ends up being a one-on-one with Charlton. Charlton gets the job done. And they've come up against each other a couple of times throughout this game. It's been a good battle.
What, was he on then?
Leon's a call. Yeah. And ball hits the deck. All the points that we saw flowing throughout the first half. Different story here in the second. Just the one try so far. 14 tries in the first half. Butler, look at this speed. Gets the Colts up on the front foot. We saw him take one of those length of the field intercepts in the first 20 minutes.
Talk about roll. That's third touch, fourth touch.
Now Glacken down. Adams, early release, punching through with good intent there. He had a really good look at it and threw the eyes back there. Condon, and now he's going to get pinged for not bringing it back early enough.
Fair enough, I reckon. Quite honest with him.
Now they give the penalty away. A little bit of frustration creeping in here for the Colts. They don't need to get that frustrated. They've still got the comfort of the scoreboard with them at the moment. 3 tries in front. 10.5 to go. Gee whiz, if the Coast can score next here, it is on. They get another penalty. Gee whiz, didn't they get a leg up to get downfield? Penalty. One more to close it out. A full set of 6 to work with as they attack the line. Davis, this time they get up nice and early.
So there's a penalty that hadn't been called coming into the line there. They got them all.
Davis and Andrews in the middle. Zaria, had a good look. Pops straight back up. There he is again. This time sings it across, out in front.
Probably had him short side then if he actually, instead of stepping back in. The link made the touch and he was probably up far enough for him to actually take him on that punish, but decided to step back in and go for that counties line that they've been running all night. At the end of the day, you know, Ball ends over here. Can't really complain much.
And Moffat, good punch out of the box. Matters follows him up. Wood, that favourable left to right. Ferencamp slings it back in this time.
He's got one.
Dilla's there in support, like every good player should be. And he kicks it back to halfway. They took one away from him last time, and they're not going to take this one away.
I tell you what, I reckon there would have been a fair spray if he didn't get that ball on the inside there. He's just waiting in there, acres of room. God, he can drive B doubles through that gap.
It took them a while to score their first here in the second half. About 11 minutes or so. Try number 10 comes on the board and just gives him that comfort on the scoreboard again. Oof. That's another really good look. Tario higher. Here he is again. There's a beautiful outstretched dive, ball in one hand.
Throwing the whole playbook at them, the Coast. Colts are having to scramble a little bit to stop them, but if they keep playing this kind of way of touch at the moment that they have been playing, as they come into last, pick up, they go short side, little ninja play, and I mean, it's easy as you like, isn't it? Oh, and a little bit of something to the people in the back there. Is that brother, I think?
Could be.
Reckons, watch this. Watch this on the playback.
It was a good setup from Kellum, working with John Tate. Let's have a look. The crowd, the fans. Oh, we cut off.
Let him know back there. Poor Kalis had his head down there. Watch this, he reckons.
So back-to-back tries. Colts back in front by 5. Lamb plays it on the 7. Charlton sinks it out nice and early, right in front of Muir. And he was happy with it straight away. Our sideline ref, Dylan May, gets across. Try number 7 for the Coast.
The quickest all clear call by Campbell Muir to get that one, but as the right play here, they set up for a little ML setup and a little out ball to the winger, and oh God, yeah, that could really go either way, but he's done well to get within that close of him on the out there. The Coast aren't out of it yet.
Just over 6.5 to go.
There's a lot of trouble on this right hand of the field if they keep coming this way.
Yeah, they've opened him up a couple of times. We've got Hennessy, Moffat hanging out here on this right edge at the moment. Moffat decides to step in.
Ball.
Oh, taken off the chest and did an amazing job to grab that and put it back down. They do put the arm up to the side. And so they went over the sideline there, the Colts, but great awareness to reel it in now.
Risky.
Made. He loses it into Verencamp. And they continue to maintain possession here, the Gold Coast. Lamb gets him over the halfway line. It's Charlton, nice little late release. Good job. It's a tough ball to get down on the run. And Hennessy has a couple of snatches. Go on, fella, you still got it. He chucks the Goosey, who takes an intercept and goes straight into a Goosey. Dylan Hennessy, that too. He gets a well-deserved break.
Put it away. I thought he was just going to stop. I was just pulled up.
He has every right to do that. If he wanted to do that, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So Condon.
Great ball.
It is a pearl of a ball again. This time from Alex Condon.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to keep going that way. They've done it a couple of times tonight, the Colts, and little 4-on-3 setup, gets the right dump, everyone shuts. And Travis does a really good job of finishing that off. Starting to run away with it now.
Double for Simpson. Now Andrews Working with Takerai in the middle.
Uh-oh.
And they can't get across in time. They're not too happy with the defensive effort from Jonte there. You can see him throw the head back. And this young man who looks like he's got a little bit of a limp, young Azaria. Jeez, he's lit it up tonight. Just knee dug into the ground, didn't it?
Yeah. A little OZ, 3-point outers, whatever you want to call it. Just seemed to set up nice and easy for him. And tell you what, if they were running that 10 minutes ago, the outcome of this game could have been a little bit scarier.
Here's Matters down for Hennessy. Great ball out of the hand again. Moffat to Ward. Good defence from the coast. Moffat again. Out on that 7-metre line. Great release. Ward floats it out to Butler. Ball hits the deck.
That touch and pass, I think.
So the Coast tap and get underway. Let's look at next week's last round fixtures. We'll kick off with the men's premier. It'll be the Southern Storm taking on the Country Club Colts. That is going to be a great final fixture in the men's prems before we start to get into finals. Oh, Charlton for a second there. I thought there was no contact made. Big dummy thrown. And then that will be followed by Redlands and a Country Club Colts in the women's prem. So final round action at the Metro Cup next week. Then we get into semi-final action. 1v4, 2v3 semi-finals.
Plenty to play for, isn't there?
Now ball out front. Kellum, nice work from May.
I'd nearly even think another outers is going to score here.
Good side defence. Coast coming across. Bartz and Condon working together. Just over 2 to go. Jonte gets it down. Bartz, Condon.
Oh,
they
short.
skip over the top. And didn't get it cleanly there. Alex Condon.
They had to throw a short hole there. Jonte was in absolutely acres of room, but why would you? You're 4 up with a minute and a half to go.
Gold Coast bring it out down their sideline. So make some final changes here in this game. Lamb hits down nicely. Again, a lovely ball. Davis. Simpson comes up to make the touch. Kellum on the first. Still showing some intent here towards the back end of this game. And it's probably a good mentality to have. Again, big matches coming up. There's going to be games that are going to have to fight and scrap for the full 40 minutes. Davis again gets another one.
Tell you what, Tiny could get him here.
He's coming. This is a good battle. Davis looking for another gear, and
Tiny.
he gets there in typical Chase Davis fashion. Chucks it back a couple of gears and cruises his way to the line in the end. And Gallant Chase about the intercept efforts here from Davis tonight.
I thought Tiny had him on that way there. Just probably not the ideal setup here. That link hole just happened to open up. It was the right play. They're off to the races again. Tiny is, 10, 5, 2. Very close.
Second try of the game. Chase Davis. What a star on the rise. One to watch out for years to come. As is this man, Jonte Brown. Get across and make the touch. And that'll do us for tonight. And points galore in this one. The Colts get the victory, 12 tries to 9, and they're rolling on to the finals.
Absolutely. That'll be the game they need coming into the back end of this season. As you mentioned before, it's 1v4, 2v3. That's a very key win for the Colts. Credit to the Coast. They did very, very well to keep themselves in that. Chase Davis scoring 4 touchdowns in the end there. And I tell you what, they weren't far out of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, good effort from the Coast. Another one that's just got away from them, but good intent throughout the full 40 minutes tonight, and they go down over the Country Club Colts. As mentioned, next week, Storm taking on the Colts in the Men's Prem. You'll see that action from 7:20. That'll be followed by the Women's Premier match, Redlands taking on Country Club Colts. We'll catch you again next week.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.